The Magnets for Collingwood versus Geelong. Teams come out at 6:20. If I've done my math correctly, if you look this way, hold on, reverse mirror. That is the countdown there. So there's approximately 46 minutes to the teams being announced. So until then, we'll talk about Fly's press conference, some of the comments he made, a little bit of innuendo, who's in, who's out. Maybe we'll revisit our predicted 23 and see if we can make some changes based on some of the news that's come out over the last 12 hours, and we can go from there, right? Let's also, by the way, over here, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Over here is the Discord link. If you guys want to jump in, we'll get you guys onto the stream. And we'll have a chat. So you don't have to show your face. As long as we can hear your voice, you can jump into the stream. And really, we can just go from there. So that will be some good fun. And we can talk about the teams. Potential teams going into the game against Geelong. Let's just make sure we are live. Are we live or are we not? Let's find out. View your channel. We should be live. We kind of should be live. We kind of are live. I, silly me, have not added the right title. It should be Moving the Magnets. Look at that. Here we go. Collingwood versus Geelong. Ben Zero, just joined the Discord channel. Good man. All right. We will... Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. If you want to jump into the live stream section. Yeah, I'm live. Sweet. Let's go to the live stream section. I'm going to jump in. Melissa, I'm good. How are you? All right. If you guys want to jump in and have a yarn, jump into the Discord. So there's a live stream channel. It's a YouTube live stream channel. Jump into that voice channel and we can have a chat about some of the players going into the teams. So we shall do that potentially. Stephanos, how are you? I'm good. How's your day? Melissa, how was your day? Elder Manny. Yo. Manny, can't hear. Are you there? Bloody boomer. Can't figure out how to use his Discord. He's in the live stream channel. Is he on mute actually? Hold on. Sorry, bro. I muted you when you came in yesterday because other people came in. Apparently it doesn't unmute people. All right. Nato.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Oh, there you go. That's your fault again. You keep blaming me for shit.
I know. I'm calling you old and lazy and slow like Sidebottom and Pendlebury.
Give me a contract extension. Fuck yeah, man. You don't make off like all the players.
You're the man.
Let me put you on mute on the big screen.
Yeah.
I've got your big follow.
So you can think straight.
Your head spans 30 centimeters and the start spans 20 centimeters.
Hello there. Chris says, sounds like you're speaking to him on speakerphone. Hold on, let me listen to. Apparently you don't sound very good. Chris said you don't sound good. 1 second. Can't really hear him. How about now? Manny, talk. I reckon you'll be able to hear him now.
Is that better?
I reckon it will be. 1 second.
Hold on, let me see.
Can't really hear him. How about now?
Is that better?
Manny, talk. I reckon you'll be able to hear him now.
Is that better?
I reckon it will be. 1 second. Hold on. It does sound like you're coming through the speaker. Fuck. I'm the boomer, bro. I'm the boomer. Restart capture. What if I do that? Try
Yeah,
now.
you can hear me, Anson.
I
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you loud and clear, but I've
Yeah,
obviously
it's the
cooked
other
it.
people.
Nah, it's me. Hey, Ben, thank you for gifting the 5 memberships. You're a legend. Absolute legend. Madison is now a member. Black and White United Andreas is a member. No, appreciate it. Manny, give me 1 second. I'm going to close this and open it up. Oh, that's better. That's good. All right, done. Again, we fixed it. Hey, let's get back to the business. I was calling you old and slow and lazy because you don't know how to use Discord, but really it's me, and now we're talking contract extensions. Mason Cox, in or out, man?
He's in. Well, it's up to you. It doesn't bother me. I'm not worried either way. I'll play West or I'll play Cox. But it's up to you. It doesn't bother me. Either one. I'm perfectly fine with either one.
But it's up to you. Said it's up to me. It's up to Fly, bro.
Well, me doesn't bother me either way. If Cox comes in, I'm perfectly fine. If West comes in, I'm perfectly fine. So it doesn't bother me one bit.
Okay. So Fly said in the press conference, man, he said DC is growing into the ruck role where he plays 85% ruck time and a rest on the bench. So does that mean potentially, if that's the case, right, you're bringing in Mason Cox to help DC in a ruck, but if Fly said they're working DC to 85% ruck time, then you don't really need a second ruck. And if we look into Billy Frampton, who was doing some ruck training, maybe he's going to play as the ruckman whenever DC isn't on the field, and we go a little bit smaller in the back line while Billy Frampton goes in a ruck.
Yeah, but I don't know why they're making it so difficult for. Right? If you watch football like I do every game, right?
Of course.
You pick up that the Adelaide Crows play one ruckman, right? And Taylor Walker does the rucks in the 450, right? Yeah. When Hawkins used to play for Geelong, right? They had one ruckman and the forward was doing the ruck work in the 450. All that has to happen is, right? Cameron has to ruck in the other part of the oval, right? As soon as it gets into the forward 50, just get a forward to chop out.
It's a simple sport, huh?
Well, it's a simple sport. Every other club does it and it works fine. Tex Walker, he rucks, right? Tex Walker rucks. Every forward 50, I watch the Adelaide Crows play. Tex Walker takes the rucks.
Yeah.
But when Hawkins was playing, right, for Geelong, I don't know if you remember, every forward 50 inside the arc, he was doing the ruck.
Okay.
But that doesn't bother me. But for me, as a Collingwood man, right? As a Collingwood man, I would bring in Westy. If I was coaching, I'll bring in Westy, right? I'll put him in front of the faithful. Monster game, right? Your preview, you're sitting there stressed out, right? You're worried about the game. Oh, this and that. The boy's going to show up. Let me tell you, this is a monster game. This is the biggest game in Melbourne, blockbuster, right? And these are the points. These are the points you must take off the contenders.
Yeah.
We're going to take the points off Geelong. That way because they're fighting for the same spot as us. If we could take the 4 points off them, right, we knock them down the table. But, what I'll do is I'll bring in Westy. I'll grab him in the change rooms. I'll tell him, listen, lad, right, go out there and take this game by storm, right, in front of the faithful, right, get him out there, right, and let him play fucking footy, 18-year-old power forward, Jonathan Brown style.
You see that? You see that in him, really? Is that true?
Well, what have we got to lose there? What? Put it this way. Even if he doesn't do good in the forward line, it's not like it's going to cost us any goals, is it?
It's not going to hinge on him, the outcome, is it?
No, but what I'm trying to say is, right, because he plays in the forward line, right, it's totally different than bringing in a young defender. Because if a young defender stuffs up, right, it costs us a goal.
Very true.
But if he's a forward, he doesn't perform, well, it's not going to cost us anything.
Yeah, I've got a feeling.
But how do you know?
Funny feeling, well, bro. I got a funny feeling. I reckon there's a strong chance West comes in, especially after what Fly said about DC.
You have to play. Listen to that. It's like you now. You're playing soccer for you're playing soccer for your first game, right? Yep. And the coach makes you debut, right, on a farm somewhere, right, with sheep looking at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to debut. You got to put him in, right, prime time, right, and it's got to be in front of the faithful. You can't debut him in fucking Fremantle or West Coast or in Perth.
with all
That's
the
ridiculous.
with all the bush pigs.
Yeah, you got to let him. You got to let him play in front of the
Hello,
faithful.
You probably live next to all the cattle as well yourself, mate.
What are you talking about today? I live in one of the best
Yes.
suburbs in Adelaide today, Seaton. Do you think that Seaton's Adelaide's a shithole there? You haven't been down here.
There's no city life
Why'd you
in
come next
Adelaide,
year with your
bro.
brother for fucking? Why'd you come next year with your brother for fucking gather round? You see how good Adelaide is. Don't worry, Adelaide's killer there.
You guys got have you guys got what's the curfew as well?
Who?
You guys, Adelaide.
Curfew for what?
To go home, nanny, sleep.
We
1
run the
a.m.,
government
go
here.
home.
There. Listen, there. Have you been to Adelaide before?
Yeah, for soccer. I went. I played against Adelaide United like 12 years ago.
With my cousin. What, with my cousin? Guess my cousin?
What's your cousin's name?
Evan Kostopoulos there.
How old is he?
He's probably just a bit older than you. He was playing for Adelaide United today.
I wasn't playing for the seniors though. I wasn't playing for the seniors.
Yeah, but he was in and out of the side.
Yeah, so he would have played the reserves as well, huh? He's 34, bro. He's a little bit older than me, man. How old do you think I am?
Yeah, that's my first.
Come on,
bro. My cousin was playing. My first cousin
34.
was playing for Adelaide United. He got dropped after a couple of years.
That's all right.
Anyway,
So
anyway, listen.
Yeah, let's stay on topic.
Let's talk about the footy.
Yeah,
let's talk about the footy. Come on, people listening.
Hey, listen. So Fly says Charlie West is very close. He's playing above the VFL level, but then he even throws Will Hayes' name into it. He goes, Charlie West and Will Hayes are very close.
Yeah, different players though. There.
Yeah.
You can't bring Will Hayes in for a next day, right?
Schultz is available as well, right? So Schultz will play. So
Schultz is coming in.
Schultz is in. Darcy Moore is in. That's it, yeah.
Darcy Moore's in. Schultz is one. So there's only one change for McStay, right? There's only one change for McStay. So if it was me to get the boys up and about, right?
All right.
Just imagine now the ball bounces, right? Nick Dacos, right? Straight through the middle, right? On the right foot, absolute arrow, right, to a young power forward leading out of the goal square, right? First goal, West. What would happen to the team?
It's you'd be licking
You're going to be there. You're going to be there.
Your lips. You'd be licking your lips if you're Charlie West. If you're coming in as a young
you're going to be there.
Yeah.
You're going to be there.
Nah, not Saturday.
Oh,
having a week off.
Oh, well, doesn't matter. Either West comes in. If West comes in, good on the lad. We'll see what he's got. Yeah. If Cox comes in, same thing. Well, what's the difference? You know what I mean?
We want the hard answers from you. So it's Moore in, it's Darcy Moore in, and it's Lockie Schultz in.
Yeah.
Who's out?
Listen,
who's out?
I told you what I'm doing. I said, I'm the coach now, right? Manny Kostopoulos, the coach. Listen, right? I'm announcing it to the team, right? That our young power forward West is playing. I'm grabbing him before the game and I'm telling him, Westy, you got my full backing. You go out there and you show them what you're all about, right? Go out there and rip the game to shreds. Announce yourself, right? Take no prisoners. We got your back, right? You got full reins. You got full authority, right? I'm not worried about no mistakes. I'm not worried about no missed goals. I'm not worried about nothing. All I'm worried about is you going out there, right, and doing your best, right? And you give the kid full confidence, right, with no fucking thoughts in his head, right? And you let him go out there. And how do you know? Hey, by the end of the week, every footy show will be talking about Collingwood's, right, new gun forward that we haven't drafted in 10 years.
It's got a ring to it, that's for sure. So now,
no, that's how stories are made, buddy. I'm telling you, that's how stories are made.
But now you've got Darcy Moore in, Lockie Schultz in, West in. So now you have to give me 3 outs if you're the coach. You got to give me 3 outs.
Well, 3 outs. Sullivan's gone, obviously.
Okay.
Sullivan's gone instantly, right? And the same thing like usual. Sullivan's gone.
Okay.
McStay's injured. That's 2.
Okay.
And someone else comes out. Who's the sub?
Are you
Someone
talking
was a
about
sub last week.
Hoskin Elliott out, you reckon?
Or Hoskin Elliott's out.
That's it.
He wasn't in 2 weeks ago. So why should he stay in the team now?
We're going to find out in almost 32 minutes according to the countdown timer. Let's check Twitter to see.
I would have taken Lipinski out. Right, he's not hard enough at the contest, but I know. No, they won't take him out. You know what? Because I like his running ability. They won't take him out.
Yeah, he's a connector.
Yeah, McRae keeps talking about he's the best runner in the. He's the best. Yeah, he's the best runner. He's the best runner in the team, I reckon. But I've seen some against Geelong. You got to put your head over the ball. You can't sit there and put your arms there like Mr. Squiggle and fucking. You know what I mean?
Mr. Squiggle. Chris Scott said it was Geelong's worst performance under his reigns.
It was.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for us?
Not putrid. No. Let me tell you something. That was the worst game that I've seen Geelong play, right, in about 5 years, right? Carlton, right? Carlton beat them because they were coming off a 5-day break. I know football, I told you. I watch every game, bro. I record them sometimes and I watch them other days, right? The way Geelong was playing it, they weren't even connecting it. They weren't linking up. They were missing kicks, mate. They don't play like that, Geelong. They don't play like that. I've watched Geelong games before, bro. They're a professional outfit, mate. Carlton got them. Carlton got them on a perfect day.
Is that a good thing for Collingwood or a bad thing, or it doesn't mean anything?
The only bad thing for Collingwood is they want to bounce back, right? And I'll guarantee you, as soon as that ball gets bounced, right, it's going to be on. Our boys have to be ready. They know. Our boys know anyways. They know what's going to happen, right? As soon as that ball gets bounced, you're going to see, right? It's going to be like a tsunami on both sides, just clashing. Two titans clashing. You watch. Well, it's going to be in the middle, right? It's going to be forced in the middle, right? And you're going to watch the scramble in the middle to see who can get the ball out the quickest. Once that ball gets out, though, whoever's got control of that ball is going to get the ascendancy and they're going to start kicking goals. But they're going to come out, mate. But don't worry. They're going to come out hard, mate. Don't you worry about that. You watch.
Are you worried with our winning record? Are you worried that the boys are going to develop complacency and it's going to be hard to work around that during the cold period of the season?
You know anything I'm worried about?
What is it?
If the boys give effort, right, and I don't see the shit that was happening. Remember last year when we played Hawthorn and we were talking on fan cams and I told you the captain stopped running and chasing?
Yeah.
Remember I was telling you could see the players give up. As long as the players don't give up, right, you're not going to win. You're not going to win every game of footy, especially against good teams, right, that are bouncing back.
You remember that,
but
Manny?
As long as you can see...
McDonald.
Yeah.
McDonald is running around with the rat tail.
Yeah. If you see shit like that, if you see shit like that, that's when you're worried, right? But if you see them cracking all night, and we lose by a couple goals, right? Yeah. It's just the way footy is. Yeah. It's just the way footy is. You can't do nothing about it. But as I said to you before, right? I said to you this before, right? We're 6-1 now. Now we're 6-1. We beat Richmond. We beat West Coast, and we beat North Melbourne. We're 9-1, right? We win 5 more games after that. We're top 4. Doesn't matter what any other team does, right?
Yeah. We
do that. We stick to that process, right? And we're top 4. If we can make top 2, it's even better. But if we can get to top 4, right, we're laughing. And you know what? And also another thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we shit the bed now this season for what we've accomplished, right? Right, we're shit kickers because we've played all the good teams now, right? And we've given it to them by 30, 40 points. There's no excuse now. There's no excuses now why we should drop off.
Tom Stewart out for Geelong. Brian Myers in.
Tom Stewart out, even better. See?
Get Westy in.
You don't know, mate.
Get Westy in.
Get juicy, mate. Huh?
Get Westy in now, Dora.
Westy's in.
Nah, I'm just saying get him in. If it's Tom Stewart's out, just get him in.
Yeah, get him in. Get him in. You know what else? You know what else it does as well? It gives the he makes the kid stay at the club, right? Once you show the kid respect, right, he wants to stay at the club. He wants to re-sign. If you start leaving him in the seconds and he's performing, you know how many clubs are going to come for him behind the closed doors? Every club's going to come for him there. And you know where he's from?
He's from the West, mate.
But nah, do you know where he's
from Adelaide. Sorry, does he live in your neighbourhood, mate?
He lives in South Australia, so he's got big problems because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If he doesn't stay at Collingwood, doesn't accept the contract, and he wants to come back to Adelaide, I'm gonna go find him, and I'm gonna make sure that his life in Adelaide, right, is unlivable. So he's got to stay at Collingwood. Yeah, don't worry.
Manny's got us sorted.
I know where they all play there. I know where they all play, bro. I know the local grounds around here, mate. Adelaide's small, bro. Everything's close by, buddy.
So Ustick says West and Hayes were okay versus Essendon in the VFL. Clearly West has class, but will he have the tank to apply any defensive presence? He's probably only going to build that tank at AFL level if he's lacking it, right?
Hey, since when has a power forward, right, in the AFL be a pressure presence? Are you kidding me there or what?
Hey, you know, Westy is a forward who can apply pressure. He reminds me of a Membry in a Maya check.
But that's not their job there.
Yeah.
A power forward's job's to take marks, kick goals, and bring the ball down. Yeah. It's the smalls that put the pressure on.
Yeah. Big Man says Mason Cox in 100%. Dominate ruck when DC needs a break. But we're saying DC wants to work towards that 85% mark where he's spending that amount of time in the ruck and then the rest is on the bench. Do you really need Mason Cox in just for 15% ruck time? So if that's the case, you'd rather, like Yanni says, your ruckman in your key forward in the forward line is the rucker there. Your key backman, like a Billy Frampton, in the back line can rucker then as well. Instead of having to bring in Mason Cox. As much as we love him. Manny, you love him. You love him, true?
I love Coxie. Fucking I love Coxie. But that's not the point. The point's this today. Cameron can ruck in the defensive 50 and the midfield, right? And when it gets to the forward 50, right, a forward can take the ruck. How many ball ups do you think there is in the forward 50 there? 5-6 ball ups. Big deal.
Mm.
All you gotta do is put body on. All they gotta do is put body contact on and let the ball drop down to the ground.
Yep. That's it.
What do you think? What do you think Cox does? What do you think Cox's role is? Cox's role is, right? Cameron goes on the bench. Cox does the centre bounce. You know what he does?
Yeah.
After the centre bounce, he floats forward straight away.
It's simple like that, isn't it?
And Cameron's got to learn that once he grabs the ball out of the ruck, right? He's got this problem, I've noticed. Instead of handballing to one of our guns on the outside, he's got this problem of just putting it on the boot and slamming it forward.
You think it'd be quicker to get off with your hands, though, no?
Oh, when you got Nick Dacos running around the back there for handball receive, mate, or you got Josh Dacos running around the back for handball receive, right? Just give it to the runner. I've seen him sometimes, right? He's a good ruck. He's done well, right? But I've seen him sometimes just smash the ball on the boot and it goes out of bounds on the full. Have you seen it?
I'll have to keep an eye on it if he gets selected. I'll have to keep an eye on it. I know he does well in the ruck, but when he grabs
Cameron there, our ruckman Cameron.
Oh, he does have
Cameron doesn't.
He does have a desire to kick the ball instead of handballing it out of the ruck. I do notice that.
Yeah, exactly. So if he can get that out of his game, Ryan just handball it to the runners on the outside or running behind him, then we're laughing.
Yeah. Big Man wants to save Westy for Freo. I can see that where it happens. Look.
Hey, listen. How the fuck are you going to play a debutant, right? A debutant in fucking in Perth, right in front of Fremantle fans. So your power forward that you're going to have for another 15 years. You're gonna unveil. It's like unveiling. Let's go unveil our premiership flag in Perth. Are you kidding me or what? This is Collingwood. This is not fucking Auskick. Where's he going to run out? Oh, he's going to run out to booze, is he? So he's going to run out in the Perth stadium, right? And 45, 50,000 Perth animal supporters are going to sit there, right, booing him and abusing him.
Yeah, but what about this headline, Yanni? Charlie debuts in the West.
But he's not. He's our player, mate. He's got to play in front of the faithful, bro.
But Charlie debuts in
debuting.
the West. Come on, bro.
Yeah, but you got to debut him in front of the faithful there. It's like picking up, buying a brand new Ferrari, and you go down to the bush and you take it through the paddocks and that, and you cruise around the little country town like an imbecile instead of going through the city. Yeah, mate, do you understand this? Hey, that's his first game of AFL footy. His first game, right? Where are you going to debut him? In Perth, right? Let him travel. 18-year-old, let him travel 4 hours on the plane, right? Sit in the motel room all night, thinking about his first game, doing his head in, right? First of all, right? Because it's going to be playing on his head, right? Then it's a night game as well. So all day he's going to be thinking about it. Instead of letting him stay home in wherever he lives in Melbourne, right? Letting the boys get around him for a coffee in the morning and a bit of breakfast, right? And then bringing him out in front of,
bro, roll out the red carpet for him while you're at it, bro.
Well, he's a player there. He's a power forward there. What if this is a gun?
He's still got to earn his stripes.
What if it's a gun?
If it's got to be Fremantle, it's got to be Fremantle, bro. Bro, fly. Hey, Manny, fly. You're lucky to get an appearance, an AFL appearance, if you're under the age of 25 for Collingwood.
Listen, different coach now, bro. Right, Fly does these tricks, right? But I'm telling you tell me, where would you rather, if you're a Collingwood member, right? Where would you rather see your first power forward young kid play, right? In Perth, right, or at the MCG in front of the Collingwood faithful? So when
did you see the predicted 23?
Listen, every time he takes the mark, right? Or even if he kicks a couple goals, the crowd goes crazy for him, gives him confidence, right? If he kicks a goal in Perth, right, they're going to start abusing him from the back of the fucking rafters there.
Then so be it.
Yeah, plus you're going to come. Hey, plus you're going to come for him.
So be it.
If he's a young fool. Ella.
Well, did you see my predicted 23 early in the week? Did you see it?
Yeah, who was it?
What'd I say?
Huh?
What'd I say? In the predicted 23.
Cox coming in?
Nah, bro. You don't even see. You said you watched the video. I said I wishfully thinking that West will play against Geelong. Yanni Veskukis. He says, "Hello, mate. Come on, give West his opportunity to sign to play."
Yeah, that's right. But you got to play him in front of the faithful, right? You got to play him. You got to make him a Collingwood player. What if he becomes a gun, right? His first game's going to be, right, on an aeroplane for 4 hours to Perth. Anyways, they probably won't do it. They're probably going to give him more time to build up and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're probably just wasting our time talking about it. They'll probably bring Cox in.
Well, we've got 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Are you concerned about anything else going? I want to ask you one more question, Manny, then I'll let you go, all right? Are you not? Did I ask this? I said, are you not worried about the mindset around our players? You said as long as we bring the effort. Yeah, that's what you said. As long as we bring the effort, it's all good.
Listen,
that's right.
I've told you this before.
Yep,
I've told you this before, right? You know now, right? When it's a Collingwood game, right? If you can see it's a Collingwood game, but they're just too good for us on the night, not better than us, but on that night, right? It's about moments, right? But if you see stuff like not chasing, not tackling properly, right? Selfish behaviour. If you start seeing stuff like that, they've got to get pulled right back into line instantly, right? But if we give it our all and we lose, you can't blame the boys for that. But you can tell. You'll be able to see. You'll be able to see. If we give it our all like usual, you'll be able to tell that we're playing good footy. You can just see it. And we'll probably beat Fremantle in Perth anyways. We nearly beat them last time. We nearly beat them last time, and then the game before we did beat them. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember the Frank, the umpire that stitched us up last year.
Yeah, that was last. Yeah, that was last year. But 2023, we beat them at Perth. Remember, it was real wet. It was
Yeah.
like flooded. There was water everywhere. They were
Nah,
slipping and sliding
that was
everywhere.
2022, wasn't it? When we sort of like we were like, hold on, we actually might be a top 4 team. Remember?
Yeah, I think it was.
That's the one, 22. So Go Pies says we have plenty of Collingwood supporters in here, bro. In Perth, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Hey, is he delusional? So he's trying to tell me, right? He's trying to tell me that playing in Perth is the same as playing in the MCG in front of the Collingwood faithful. When
Bro,
the Collingwood,
they got
when the
heaps of
Collingwood,
Collingwood supporters there though.
yeah, but you can't hear them there. There's 45,000 Fremantle supporters there, bro. Hey, are you kidding me? Hey, it's different. It's different walking into the ground or driving to the ground on the bus, right? And you see purple everywhere, or you're driving to the MCG and you see black and white units walking around everywhere with scarves and stuff carrying on. Come on, it's common sense, bro. It's common sense. You got to debut Westy, right? It'll be a shame. Debut the kid right in front of the faithful, mate.
Where did Scott Pendlebury debut?
Scott Pendlebury, I'm not sure where he debuted, but where did Cox debut? Where did Cox debut?
Mason Cox, he debuted on Anzac Day.
Exactly. Even bigger than this game. And he had no idea about how to play football. And what did he do? His first touch, what was it? You remember?
It was a mark.
Middle,
He kicked the set shot. Yeah.
Top of the goal square. Yeah, top of the goal square, first goal. And you know what happened? The boys got up and about instantly. Yeah. Anyways, people got different opinions. My opinion is, right, me as a Collingwood person and a Collingwood player, I'd rather play the kid in front of the faithful.
Yeah. There's a lot of people.
Well, you got to get his family there as well. Where's his family?
A lot of people agree.
Yeah, where's his family going to go? What about his family, bro? What about his family? What, do you think it's just Westie that plays?
You think Fly doesn't care? Like Dees, Fly doesn't really care. He doesn't really care about the sentiment. We love it as Collingwood fans, but you know, man, they'll just give him the tickets, man.
Fly cares. Listen, Fly cares about the sentiment because Fly knows he's got to worry about the history of the club, mate. The club's too powerful for Fly. The club can stamp Fly's papers in 2 seconds.
I love you, bro. I love you.
All right, let's get the others on. Get the others on. But I'm telling you, they're probably bringing Cox there because Cox has played good against Geelong before.
Hey, are you a salesperson?
Who?
You.
Me?
You should be.
No, what do you want? What do you after, Sonny?
If you're not a salesperson or haven't been in a previous life, then you should really consider taking that up, mate, because you sell a strong story, my friend.
And I'm not selling a story. It's just common sense, bro. It's common sense.
Yes, it's so good that it sounds like common sense. That's what happens when you're good at selling something.
That's what happens when you look after your people. But anyway, get the others on. Get the others on. What are you doing? You're not doing a watch along on Saturday night? Just watch the game and then relax.
Pre-game and post-game, man. I keep the game is a safe space for me, man. I've got people watching me.
No, it's been your fault anyway. I worked it out. It's been your fault. Last season was your fault that we're losing all those games because you're doing watch-alongs, right? Know. So now that you stopped doing them, now that you stopped doing watch-alongs, we've been winning games. Don't do them anymore. Don't do them anymore. Just watch them at home with the oldies. And
yeah, but my brother, he says, "Don't come over, man. Whenever you come over, we lose. But we've been winning now, so I reckon I've right that wrong."
They live at home with the oldies. They live at home with the oldies there.
The papu?
Huh?
Papu? No.
Don't you live at home with your parents?
Nah, bro. I moved out, man. But when I go watch the game, my papu's there, my tio's there, my patera, mitera, my brother, sister.
Yeah, gangster Collingwood support. Who's older, you or your brother?
Me.
Oh, you're older.
Yeah.
He lives with the oldies, huh?
Yep. You know Oakley? Do you know Oakley?
Huh?
Do you know Oakley? Have you heard of Oakley?
Yeah.
What is it?
They're in Melbourne.
Yeah. It's the
Just to come to
it's the
Melbourne. It's to
capital.
come to Melbourne every weekend.
It's the Greek capital of Australia, mate.
They used to come to Melbourne every weekend there before. We were at the Oriental Plum. Is that still going?
I don't know, bro. Oriental Plumbers.
No, Oriental Plum it's called.
Oriental Plums. What's that? Thomas.
Look
Oh,
it up.
my.
Don't say too much. Don't say too much. There's kids listening. There's kids probably listening.
I was about to.
Anyways,
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
others on there. I'm taking time off the others.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, you're a funny man, bro. You're a funny man.
Hey, I've been to Melbourne. Don't worry, I've been to Melbourne plenty of times.
All right.
Don't worry about that. Anyway, get the others on. Hey, we should be right Saturday night. Hopefully, we get the job done. If you get the job done, mate, we're laughing, mate. Big time. Telling you, we're laughing.
Done. Chris says he's the psycho supporter. My brother. He's in the chat now. You can see him. You can see his DP with the jeans. He's sitting down. He's posing. He's saying, "Tell him."
With his tats.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, tell him. Don't worry. How old is he?
Ask him. He's in the chat. He clearly wants you to talk to him, man. You're hot property.
I can't hear him.
Nah,
I can't hear him
in the YouTube chat section.
I can't hear him.
You can see what he's saying though.
I'll get quite. Yeah, there he is. Tell him. Tell him. Hop, ho. Tell him.
Tell him.
Oh, hop, ho.
Tell him. I think he got the.
He knows. He knows he's been there.
He's nervous.
He's been there, huh?
He said I'm good. I'm waiting to smash remotes. He said, like you.
Yeah, tell him that's what passionate Collingwood supporters do, mate. All right, there. Hey, as long as the boys go out there and give their best, we'll be proud of them. You know what I mean? That's what you could ask for, bro.
Hey, that's it. All right, Manny. I'll leave you with it.
That's it. All right, take it easy.
Yeah, dilemma. Oh, he's full of character, isn't he, Manny? Love him. Warwick the Wiz Kappa is an Oakley legend. He played at Oakley Crushers, didn't he? That's where I played. Or Oakley District, sorry. I also played there. Kieran Kelly. Oakley Districts. Kappa. Was it Crushers or Districts? One or the other anyways, right? Mike says, are we allowed to join the Discord? Yes. However, there's only 10 minutes till the teams come out, so I won't be taking any more calls. But that is the link. The link is on the chat. Joseph, what's going on? Sigma, is that me? Mother Sigma, you're a fan of West and you think he should play? Look, in a Collingwood fan's ideal world, I think we all want West to play on Saturday. I'd probably say it's still 70-30 in the favour of Cox playing. So it could be, you're looking at like Sullivan, McStay, Hoskin Elliott out for Moore, Lockie Schultz, and West / Mason Cox. Luke says we're going to smash Geelong in the middle. We'll win by 8 goals. It will be even until second half. Then we're going to run and then break them, hopefully. Mike, you're in the Discord group though, right? You are in the Discord group. I don't know how to mute. So when there's a notification that keeps on that sound. I don't know how to mute that. I need to figure that out because it's not distracting, but it's a sound that we don't need to hear. We just want to hear the fan, like Manny or something. Yanni, any updates from the VFL Collingwood kids? Well, Charlie West is very close, Yanni. Will Hayes is playing really well. I think it's just a matter of, for Will Hayes, it's is there a time where we're going to rest enough small forwards to get him in? I would imagine Will Hayes gets an opportunity at some point this year. Joel Cochran had a concussion in the VFL. He's been playing well also. The VFL kids are doing really well. Riley Mason and Josh Brown, who aren't on AFL lists, have trained with mute Discord notifications. Thanks, Harry. I'll do that. I'll make sure I do that. Josh Brown and Riley Mason. One's a key forward, one's a midfielder, and they trained with the first team today. I think they're going to be they're going to be a look in for the mid-season draft, whether that be for Collingwood or for another club. They're thereabouts as well. I do need to watch another VFL game shortly. I haven't watched one in a couple of weeks. Just been super busy. Go streamer mode on Discord and it turns off those noises. Beautiful. Thank you. Arlo, g'day, mate. Great work. Go Pies. Saturday night. Huge, huge. Markovski flying. I bumped into Markovski at the Collingwood Bulldogs game. He's a good lad. Markovski. The Macedonian Marvel. Because the first couple of weeks, there was a bunch of AFL listed players. And some of these up-and-coming VFL kids were sort of starved of opportunity. So now they're coming back into the picture of it all. So it's good to see the likes of Josh Brown playing, Markovski, Riley Mason obviously has been playing pretty much week in, week out. So these are the side quests right now in the Collingwood story of 2025. VFL has been really good recently, much better than the last few years. So, Harry, do you always watch the VFL? Like, do you watch the Pies VFL week in, week out? Has it been more of a this year thing, or have you done it in seasons gone by? I'm curious. How many of you watch the VFL religiously? Not the highlights. I'm saying like watch it live, or watch it back fully. Ustick says, I'd pick Steen before West at the moment. I mean, Steen's a handy player. Watched him in all pre-season and what he's been doing in the VFL. He's been all right, hasn't he? Hayes was not good in the VFL last week, says Chris. Charlie West kicked 3 goals. What are these sounds? I need to fix it. It must be people coming into the server, right? Obviously. How many people have we had join the server? So we've got a bunch of people jumping into the Discord server. So that's good. Welcome. So that's the sounds. People are talking in the Discord server. Melissa has joined the chat at 5:38. Welcome. What about Di Mattia and Jacob? They come with big expectations. They've been okay. Tujath has probably been more impressive than them, I would say. But that's looking back at pre-season. That's looking at some of the VFL games. I'm due to watch another VFL game to make more of an observation. Chris watches Collingwood VFL team every week. West to debut, says Kynan, my man. Used to go frequently in your younger days to the VFL, Stephanos. Ustick says Demetia is improving. JMO hasn't missed a VFL game in 2 years. Huge. So it's good to see. It's good to see that there's a real interest in our seconds. I think with the amount of draftees or younger players are now coming through, then you got mid-season as well, which throws an extra spanner in the works. There's more to consider at VFL, and you can ask yourself, well, what's this player going to do for us at AFL level? We're pretty healthy at the moment, knock on wood. We've got a bunch of young players. We've got players who are keen for mid-season draft. Is anyone else's AFL website not working? Let me check. Seems to be fine for me. Try a different browser, maybe. Try a different browser, Ds. Yes, the VFL team lacks the ability to control the clock. The game against Brisbane was a perfect example. It was a 10 out of 10 coverage game for Essendon and Collingwood in the VFL. Ustick. Fly talking up West, got to be a debut, says Kynan. I mean, it's certainly possible. Ben Zero says, loved it back in the day, rocking up early to Victoria Park to watch the seconds play. Dad used to point out to me who might be coming up. Yeah, that's cool. That's a nice little memory to look back at. Luke says, who thinks we have too many half-back flankers? Look, the thing is about our half-back flankers is they can play different roles. I think about Di Mattia, I think about TJ. I think these type of players can play wing anyways, and possibly other positions. So while they're they might nominally, they're probably just nominally halfback flankers. That's all they are, like by name, but really their positions extend beyond that. The father sons are going good, Yanni. So McGuan is going very well. Probably in the first round of the draft this year. At this point, McCarthy is an NGA who also could be a first round. Might even be taken before. McGuan. Yanni, if you search Zach McCarthy on YouTube, there should be some highlights of him from this year playing for the Chargers. Watch him. He's good. Like, I'm waiting to see a couple more games before I make some absurd statements, but he looks very good. Ben C asks, can someone confirm, does the VFL follow the same game plan as the seniors? Do they train with the seniors? Some of them do. Today, for example, Riley Mason and Josh Brown were there. In the preseason, VFL players are always coming through, and they should be following the same mantra as the AFL side. You want that transition to be seamless. You don't want to be taught how to train and how to play one way, but then play for the firsts and play a complete different way. Rory says, I think there'll be a spike in VFL viewership next year if we recruit the draftees that I mentioned. Yeah. You throw in McGuan there, you throw in McCarthy, Sexina's a part of the conversation. Oscar Loney, son of Ryan. Like, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time, isn't it? So teams are coming out in just over a minute. So I'll get my screen ready. Bear with. All right. Okay. Let's do this. Grab the little me. What do you reckon? Put little me here. How did Carlton beat Geelong? Apparently, according to Manny, that was the worst he'd seen Geelong play in 5 years. Chris Scott said that's the worst game they've played under his reins. So, is it a good thing that that's happened going into a Collingwood game against Geelong? Probably not, right? Probably not, to be fair. Let's quickly check Twitter. Players to win mark of the round in back-to-back weeks. Jeremy Howe, he's done that 3 times. Crazy that. Tom Stewart has been left out of Geelong's side. Tom Stewart is in doubt. And then an update later by Dan Batten. Tom Stewart has been left out of Geelong's side. Teams are in. Refresh. Summary, or what am I doing here? Lineups. Goodness. How does one leave the server when you want to? I'm not. What do you mean leave the server? I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Luke. Probably not. Look, I'm pretty fresh to the Discord scene, so you probably maybe ask the rest of the group. Ask the chat. Goodness, what's going on with my AFL website right now? No lineups yet. Come on, give me the updates. What's going on here? Still can't get the list. Sash says, if St Kilda don't pick up Riley Mason, I think we should most definitely synergy between him and West is just developing. Well, that's a duo we never expected, right? Apparently, Jeremy Howe in. Stephanos says, just received a text from Collingwood, 3 changes. So it's probably come to the Collingwood website quicker than it has to the AFL website. I reckon the AFL website's cooked. I think you're right, Dees. Latest news. Team selection. 3 changes for the Cats clash. All right. Let's have a looky. Let's have a look-see. Collingwood coach Craig McRae has made 3 changes. Darcy Moore in. Lockie Schultz in. And Mason Cox in. The 3 outs are Jeremy Howe, managed. So that's the one. Dan McStay injured. And unfortunately, Lockie Sullivan omitted. Yeah, and he will be a victim of that maybe again in the future. And that's just the way it is with how competitive our side is at the moment. That'll be a big miss. Jeremy Howe out, but of course, Darcy Moore in. Jeremy Howe did get the solitary coach's vote in that game against Essendon, so it just speaks to how good he was in that game, and moreover, how great he has been this whole year, and even late last year. His whole career at Collingwood, he's just been outstanding. So, look, it's unfortunate that Sullivan's out. It's unfortunate that we're going to have to manage Jeremy Howe. Yeah, what do? It seems about right. We know that McStay or McRae has alluded to resting our older players. We know we've got a trip up to Perth against Fremantle. We've got to get these sore players like Jeremy Howe, probably get him right. By the time we get to Saturday night, it's an 8-day break. Plus you travel to Perth. He would have had a good, almost full 2 weeks off going into the game against Fremantle next week. We know McStay will rest, and that's the way it is. He'll rest up. He'll get right. He's 34 years old, like Digsby says. So, and yeah, Lockie Sullivan, unlucky Sullivan. Unfortunately, he hasn't done much wrong when he plays. He probably needs to have a 10 out of 10 game at this point to stay in the side. And speaking about a player who probably needs to have a 10 out of 10 game, is probably Mason Cox. We got players like, Charlie West, who will be breathing on his neck. That's how close he is. And I think with Geelong, they've got Sam De Koning, Blitzarv, Stanley. They're going to have some aerial threats, and I think Fly just wants to fight fire with fire. No Tanner Bruin, says Pies. I'm not too sure. I don't even know who's in for Geelong. I don't really care too much, to be honest. Jack Chris breaks the record, which is great. Andreas from Black and White United says, managed then, fly him over to Perth. They'll probably rest JDG or Pendles against Freo. You probably see that. Yeah, besides Tom Stewart being out, that's all I know, really. I think Graham Myers is back, so that's a handy inclusion for them. That certainly is. I'm developing that raspy voice. I feel like I'm 100% sick. 100% sick at this point. Chris Talbot says, I am surprised Hoskin Elliott is playing this week for Collingwood. Well, look, if Jeremy Howe was still on the side, you're probably talking about Will Hoskin Elliott out. Really, that's probably what we're thinking. Black Doc's forward line will be pretty stacked with Cox rotating through there and a ruck. Yeah, we always run. We run deep everywhere at the moment. Really, we run very deep, so deep into the VFL. We've got players who are playing at VFL level who should be very well be playing AFL level right now. Tom Stewart out, great. It's great, but yeah, we just got to get our chickens in line, our ducks in a row. Mason Cox to dominate. Yeah, he's gonna need it. He's gonna need to turn up. He's gonna need to turn up, the big fella, the big American Cox. Myers still out. All right, I'll check the AFL website. The AFL website is cooking it, so we'll see if it's updated on their end. Nah, it's still cooked. It's still cooked like when you go to the game. I know there's news. The news is out. So if I click on that, I don't know, the website's just absolutely mangled right now. If I go Geelong, Collingwood. Saturday night. What's the other game? West Coast, Melbourne. Yuck. Yeah, nah, the website's cooked. Mitchell Duncan in. Is he still around? Still around, is he? Yeah, there you go. All right, anyways, guys, I'm going to get going. Going to have some dinner, watch the footy, chill out, and we'll see you guys Saturday, probably in the morning, maybe 11, 12 for a pre-game show, and then we'll do the post-game show after